The documentary is interesting because it sets up like L.A., all like that, the preceding years leading up to it. Post-riot, all that stuff, like, and you're like, oh, it does like lend itself to be like, oh, this was a perfect confluence of events that led to this thing of like, racial, everything that went into the OJ trial. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy.
It was a strange, strange time. It was a strange time because it just seemed like the world was made of something that was way more flexible than I ever thought it was before. Like, I never thought O.J. Simpson could be a murderer. I thought murderers were bad people. And that the people that you thought of that were good people on TV, you would never think of. Like, O.J. was always so friendly and smiley, and he would have that big laugh, and he was handsome.
Yeah.
And,
Talk about head injuries to CTE. It's like, you're like, I wonder what.
For sure had to do with it.
Yeah.
100%. 1,000,000,000%.
Right.
In fact, his doctor said that if the trial were to take place today, his doctor at the time, they would introduce CTE.
Yeah. Yeah. And you see all those dudes. I mean, like the level of violence that there he is.
There he is. That's right. Police Academy,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
That's
right.
So he's funny in Naked Gun. But it's interesting. You go back and watch that documentary, and it's like, his buddies, his good buddies who stood by him.
Look at that picture.
Yeah. His good buddies who stood by him talk about him in high school, and he's kind of like he was fucking throwing his friends under the bus in high school.
Really?
Like all three of them would be like doing some like in the bathroom, like doing some shit they're supposed to be in class, and the principal would come in, and the three of them are all together, and OJ would just like saddle up next to the principal and be like, "What are we gonna do with these two guys?" You know what I mean? He was like throwing his buddies under the bus. You're like, oh, he was CTE fucked him up. I don't know what kind of man he would have been, like whether he would have been so violent or whatever. But
so
you're
he's
like,
a piece of shit plus CTE.
It kind of felt like he was a piece of shit his whole life.